Arjun's life operated on a predictable track. 8 years at the same company, a reliable paycheck, and a clear path forward provided a deep sense of security. That security vanished on a Tuesday morning. At 9:17 a.m., a single phone call ended his career. The company was shutting down, his position was gone, and there was no transition. He walked out with a cardboard box and a suddenly blank future. In less than an hour, the professional identity he had built for nearly a decade had been deleted. Suffering is frequently the result of a collision between our expectations of permanence and the volatile nature of reality. By evening, the professional crisis became a physical one. Arjun paced his apartment with a racing pulse and rapid breaths. His body reacted to the job loss as a physical threat. His mind spiraled through specific disasters, draining his savings, failing to pay rent, and never finding a comparable role. He felt a desperate need to act immediately to stop the fear. However, high emotional volatility makes for poor strategy. Effective problem-solving requires a clear perspective, but a brain flooded with stress hormones is biologically geared toward panic rather than logic. Arjun found a foothold in a memory of his grandfather. The old man used to say that a captain cannot dictate the height of the waves, he can only control his own steadiness at the helm. Arjun tested this by choosing to do nothing. He stopped pacing, sat down, and committed to total silence. He focused on slow, deep breaths. This simple mechanical act signaled his nervous system to lower his heart rate, allowing his mind to shift away from a state of pure alarm. The external crisis remained, but his internal environment had changed. He could now see the difference between a panicked reaction and a calculated response. This intentional pause acts as a necessary buffer. It prevents a bad situation from being made worse by an impulsive, fear-driven decision. The following morning, Arjun shifted toward acceptance. He acknowledged that the job was gone, and no amount of anger or rumination would bring it back. Acceptance provided the mental clarity he needed to move forward. He stopped dwelling on why the company failed and started asking what his next move should be. He realized he had been wasting energy worrying about the global economy and the decisions of hiring managers, massive forces he could never influence. He decided to let go of those external anxieties. He drew a line in his notebook, separating the noise of the world from the actions he could actually take. He focused exclusively on 4 micro-actions: updating his resume, building new skills, applying daily, and staying physically healthy. Stability comes from maintaining total agency over your immediate actions, regardless of what is happening in the wider world. Results didn't come quickly. Months of rejections and silence from employers tested his resolve, bringing back waves of self-doubt. He leaned on the fact that hardship follows a natural cycle. Just as winter eventually gives way to spring, chaotic periods are, by definition, temporary. Arjun stopped asking when the struggle would end. Instead, he looked at what the struggle was teaching him about his own resilience and discipline. Viewing a difficult chapter as a period of necessary training changes your relationship with time. The endurance is easier to find when the hardship has a purpose. 6 months later, Arjun was back in a modern office with a better salary and a new career path. The professional recovery was a success, but the most significant outcome was the repeatable system he developed for handling pressure. He now had a proven blueprint for navigating uncertainty. Future disruptions are a certainty. Plans will collapse, and circumstances will change unexpectedly throughout anyone's life. Composure is a skill developed at the helm, specifically when the waves are high. Real strength is the ability to remain internally steady when everything else is losing control.